My little macro helper here. Hey, Alina. She is gonna help you and I find our macros. Hey, aren't you? Okay, you can give me a kiss on the cheek. Give me a kiss on the cheek. Oh, thank you.
I'll tell you a story before it tells itself.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Find Your Fit. For those of you who are new, my name is Chanel, and following from my last YouTube video, which I'll leave the link down below, I spoke about what are macros and also why are they important, especially for new beginners into the fitness world, trying to just get healthy. The term macros is typically thrown around a lot on Instagram, on YouTube, and everything like that. So I just did a video on what are macros and why are they important. Today, part 2 is how to count and work out your macros. So let's find out what your macros are, and I'm going to do a step-by-step how to find your macros. So if you want, grab a pen, grab some coffee, and let's find your macros. I need tea. Okay, so sorry if I sound a bit nasally. I just recovered from very bad sinusitis. For those that are interested, putting the tap on. For those that are interested, sinusitis is mainly caused by viruses. Currently in South Africa, the big virus is your RSV virus that causes or has been causing a lot of sinusitis. You don't need an antibiotic typically for it, because antibiotics don't kill viruses. Antibiotics are purely for bacteria, and if you have a sinusitis problem, antibiotics aren't going to help you. So just out of interest, a viral infection can slowly but surely go down into your chest, and that is known as a secondary bacterial infection, and that is when you need an antibiotic, when it transitions from up here to your chest. Little background information. I do have my degree in human physiology, and I did my master's in HIV and TB research, so I might know a thing or two about viruses and bacteria and everything like that. I'm in love with my kettle because I absolutely love tea. This kettle is amazing. So let me show you here. You can switch it on and you can program it to either go to 70 degrees, 80 degrees, 90 degrees, or 100 degrees, and then you can keep it warm, because everyone knows the struggle when you make a cup of tea but then you get busy, or you boil the kettle and then you get super busy and then you have to reboil the kettle and wait for it. But this kettle, you can tell it to keep it warm, and every so often, I haven't really timed it, but every so often then it'll reboil the kettle just so that it maintains it. So when you're ready, it's ready. So yeah, I like my kettle. Okay, so I have my tea. I have my little macro helper here. Hey, Alina. She is gonna help you and I find our macros. Hey, aren't you? Okay, you can give me a kiss on the cheek. Give me a kiss on the cheek. Oh, thank you. Okay, enough now. So I forgot to mention there will be a giveaway in this video. Hey Lena, is there a giveaway? Yes, Mom. So there'll be a giveaway in this video, which you must watch till the end, because I'll do it at the end, where I'll be giving away a full PDF document of everything written down from the last YouTube video, what are macros and why they're important, and then from today's video, the step-by-step breakdown of how to find your macros. So it could be just a nice reference for you to keep on hand if you maybe don't follow along with this, anything like that. So yeah, so I'll do that giveaway at the end, but for now let's start finding your macros. Okay guys, so the first thing that we need to do when you need to find out your macros is, number one, you need to work out your calories. Okay, so from my last video, I like to incorporate calories and macros together. So your calories, you need to work that out, and I'll show you now. After your calories, then you go into finding your macros, finding how much protein you need, how much carb you need, and how much fat you need. And then after that, it's really simple. You just then break down the macros into how many meals you want to eat a day. Some people want to eat 6 times a day. Some people don't. Some people can't eat that frequently. So then they'll break it into maybe 3 or 4 meals a day. Okay, so let's start, with number one, working out your calories. Okay, so there's 2 ways that you can find out your calories. There's bodybuilding.com, which I highly recommend. It's such a great site, and they can help you find out your calories. They can even help you find out your macros. But this process, by doing it yourself, can just help you fine-tune things. It's a nice first start for a beginner. Highly recommend bodybuilding.com. Or we can do old school equations. Yes, this is where maths is important in life, and you thought you'd never use it again. So I'm going to, for the purpose of this video, use old school equations. Okay, so the first thing you need to find out with regards to your calories, see, I put her to sleep, is you need to find your basal metabolic rate. Now, that number is the amount of calories that your body uses just to exist. So if you're lying down on your bed, for breathing, for digestion, for everything your body just needs to do just to keep you alive and to sustain you without you even moving a finger, that is your basal metabolic rate. Okay, so naturally you're burning calories, so we need to find out roughly how many calories you're going to be burning. So I'll show you those equations. Okay, so to find your basal metabolic rate, the equation for men is 66.5 plus 13.8 times by your weight. And because I'm South African, we use kgs, kilograms, plus 5.0 times by your height, we use centimeters, subtracted by 6.8 times your age, and that is in years, and you'll get X. You'll get your basal metabolic rate value. Women, our equation is 655.1 plus 9.6 times your weight in kilograms, plus 1.9 times your height in centimeters, minus 4.7 times your age, and you'll get your basal metabolic rate. Okay, I don't know if anyone can pick up on this. I use XX because we're female and these are our chromosomes. I should have put XY here for men. Okay, but that doesn't really matter. So this is how you work out your basal metabolic rate. And out of interest, I did compare my basal metabolic rate from using old school equations to bodybuilding.com, and it was very similar. I think it was like 10 to 20 calories different. So it's your preference, whichever one you want to use. So now we've worked out our basal metabolic rate, okay? We want to know now roughly how much energy our body will use if we had to lift that finger, if we had to get up, walk around, go to work, do our daily activities. We need to then find out what our total daily energy expenditure is, and that's your TDEE. Okay, so taking into account your basal metabolic rate and as well as your day-to-day life. Okay, so your TDEE is on a scale of activity level. So this scale that I'm using for the purpose of this video is between 1.2 to 1.5, okay? And ranging from low activity level or moderate or maybe a sedentary job to 1.5, which is high. So maybe you either work in construction or you have to lift and move heavy equipment. So your job is very taxing. So you'll use a lot more calories here than you would here. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call my TDEE, I'm going to call that Y. Okay. So, again, they said you'd never need algebra, and here I am busting algebra out like no one's business. So we have XY, XX, male, female, and Y is your TDEE. So for the purpose of this video, because I'm female, I'm going to use X and X, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to times it by Y. But for me, I don't have a very demanding daily activity besides from gym, so I'm just going to pick somewhere roughly in the middle. I'm actually just going to pick 1.3, and that's going to be my Y. So I'm going to take my XX and I'm going to times that by my Y. Okay. Okay, so I just worked out my basal metabolic rate. So for women and for me, 655.1 plus 9.6 times 63. And remember, 63 is my kg, my weight in kg, plus 1.9 times by my height in centimeters, so 168 centimeters, minus 4.7 times by my age. And that'll give you your basal metabolic rate. So mine is 1,447.5 calories. Okay. Then I'm going to times it by my Y, my TDEE, which is 1.3, my activity level, and I get 1,881.75 calories. Okay. So these are the calories that I need just to do my day job, run around, do gym, and then let my digestion digest, all of that stuff. Okay, so what next after you've worked out your total daily energy expenditure? So guys, I hope you're following along and you have worked out your basal metabolic rate, your total daily energy expenditure, and now the next thing that we need to find out is, what are your goals? Why are you working out your macros? What do you want to do? Do you want to bulk? Do you want to cut? Do you want to maintain? Because those are very important then moving forward. So sit for a minute. If you don't know what you want to do, sit for a minute, think what you want to do, and then let's find out, after what you've decided, if you're going to bulk, cut, or maintain, let's find out what that means for your macros and your calories. Okay, so if your goal is to cut, the rule is to take your calories, right, that we worked out previously, and subtract between 250 to 500 calories. Personally, I think you should start from 250 and then slowly work your way down to 500. So that's if you want to cut. You subtract 250 to 500 calories from your calories that you just worked out. But if you want to build and you want to bulk, okay, then it's the opposite of cutting. You're going to add 250 to 500 calories. Again, I would start slowly. I would add 250, weigh yourself and see if you're increasing at a decent rate, maybe 500 grams a week, and or 250 grams a week, and then slowly increase depending on how quickly you want to bulk and etc. However, if you want to maintain your calories, then you're just going to stay the same as what you worked out for your TDEE. Okay, nothing's going to change because you don't want to change. You just want to maintain. You're happy, you don't want to cut, you don't want to bulk, you just want to maintain. Okay, so now we're going to work out our macros. For the purpose of this video, I'm just going to stay with 1,881.75 calories. But whatever I do, it will work the same as if you were cutting. So you would take 1,881 calories minus 250 or 500, and then you'll use those calories for the remainder of this video. So protein, I'm going to go according to the American Diabetes Association, which recommends a daily protein intake of about 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per kg of body weight. Okay. Personally, for me, if it's a very athletic individual, then I might increase the range further to about 1.5 grams per kg of body weight. Okay, but for now we'll just stick in this range. So for me, because I'm 63 kgs, I'm going to just times it by 1 gram per kg, and that is equal to 63 grams of protein as my macro. Okay, next we're going to work out your fats. And fats, again, are from the American Association. They say 30% of your total calories should be from your fats. Okay, so the equation is 0.3 times by, because in this purpose of video I am just going to use my maintenance, so 1,881.75. Okay, so I worked it out. It is 564.52 calories will come from my fats. Next, we're going to work out carbs. Okay, so for your carbs, they recommend 45 to 65% of your calories, so of these calories, whichever one, should be from carbs. But what I typically like to do is I just work out my remaining calories. Okay, and I will show you how to do that right now. So, protein, we've got 63 grams of protein. And from my last video, I told you 1 gram of protein is equal to 4 calories, right? So you're going to take 63 grams of protein times 4 will give you 252 calories are coming from my protein. My fats, we've already worked out, is 564.525 calories. So we'll put that here, 564.525 calories. And now what we're going to do is we're going to subtract this and this from this value here. Okay. So when you subtract the calories from protein and fats, The amount of carb calories is 1,065 calories. Okay, so now what you want to do is you want to work out that amount in grams. Okay, so what you do is, from my previous video, I explained that carbs have 1 gram of carb is like protein, 4 calories. So we're going to take this divided by 4, and that'll give us our carbs. And that value is 266.25 grams of carbs is your macros. Okay. One thing that we haven't worked out in macros are your fats, because remember, it gave us an answer in calories. So now we want to work out what our macros are in fats. But let me quickly do a summary, because this is just looking super busy. Okay, so here's the summary. Protein, 63 grams of protein. Carbs, we worked out we'll have 266 grams of carbs as our macro. And fats, we've actually got it in calories. Now to convert to grams, from my last video, I showed you that 1 gram of fat is equal to 9 calories. So we have to take this value and divide it by 9 calories. Okay, that'll give us 62.7 grams, okay, of fats. So this is what your macros look like. 63 grams of protein, 266.25 of carbs, and 62.7 grams of fats. So guys, that was working out your macros. Remember that what I showed you now is they're my macros. So you need to obviously put your own macros in, because obviously you weigh differently. You might be a lot taller than I am. So, and also just remember that this is a baseline. So for example, mine worked out to be 63 grams of protein, 266 grams of carbs, and 62 grams of fat. So I will stick to that for 4 weeks and monitor myself to see if I'm increasing weight, if I'm decreasing weight. But because I want to maintain, I should kind of hover around my 63 kgs. I shouldn't be hitting 65, 66 as an average on a week, because then clearly that's not my maintenance. I need to adjust. Some people thrive with carbs. Some people need more fats in their diet. So these values, you have to manipulate them, you have to play around. So for 4 weeks, stick to your macros that you work out, and then after that, you're going to, typically you keep your protein the same and you manipulate your carbs and fats. Okay, typically you don't manipulate your proteins. You first play around with your carbs and your fats and make a change, and keep that change for 2 to 4 weeks, see what results you get, and then from there again play around. Maybe you need to increase your fats more, maybe you need to, so there's a lot of manipulation that needs to take place, and that's why it's not like a quick fix. It's a slow journey, finding what works for your body, finding the foods that you enjoy. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this. I hope that it helped you in some way. If you got lost along the way, I am doing a giveaway for my my PDF of what are macros, why are they important, and how to work them out. So everything that we just did. So if you would like that, it is free, but you have to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and then obviously you need to leave your email down below so that I can email you your PDF document. Okay, so guys, thank you so much for watching, and please keep safe until I see you again. Lots of love from Alina and I. Bye guys.